Hey guys, so this video is just going to be an overview of all of the e.l.f. products that I've collected up until this point. I probably have like 1/10 of the things that they offer, but it's still a lot, and I just kind of want to tell you or give you like a quick, review of a bunch of the things that I have, tell you what I like and what, I kind of wouldn't recommend, and that way you kind of have some type of idea when you go to purchase an order. Well, the first things that I'll talk about are just I'll do the non-makeup related things first, and then I'll get into the makeup last. So the first things I have here are the nail polishes. I think they only make one type of nail polish. These are retailing for $2, and I've only seen them on the website, so I think they may only be available online. And I have 4 of them. 3 cream polishes, which are the smoky brown, dark red, and mod mauve. And then I have one that has a kind of like glitter shimmer sheen to it, which is dark navy. I like all of these. They aren't that big. There's not that much product. I think it's 0.35. I don't know what a standard like OPI or China Glaze is, but it looks a little bit smaller. But I still think for $2 that you get a decent amount of product. And these are opaque in like 1 coat, so that makes it even better. I mean, I typically do 2 coats just to make sure everything's even, but 1 coat and you're good to go. And these are true to color in the bottle. Like, they show up very, very well. So I like those a lot. Next I'll talk about just some miscellaneous things. The first here is the Daily Brush Cleaner, which looks like this. It's what, 6 ounces? 8.5 ounces actually. So it comes with like the spray top. You would spray this onto your brushes or a paper towel or cloth, and then just kind of swirl the brush into the paper towel or the cloth, and it'll clean it that way. I would recommend it for like spot cleaning in case you were in a rush, didn't have time to really deep clean your brushes, or you were doing your makeup on yourself or someone else just, in between, or if you're going to use the same brush for multiple, like if you're going to use the same face brush for like your foundation, your blush, your highlight, your powder, and you want to just clean in between so that you don't really mix colors, this would be really good for that. But as far as trying to use it, like I don't know if this is just stupid, I actually unscrewed it and thought that I could work it as like a deep cleaner. No, it doesn't lather, so it's not going to work very well as far as trying to deep cleanse your brushes. But as far as just like daily brush cleaner, like it says, and spot cleaning, it's fine for that. And this is like $3 or $5, so you get a lot for the amount that comes in the bottle. The next thing I have here is the Makeup Misting Set, which is a makeup setting spray. It has aloe, green tea, cucumber, and vitamins A, C, and E. I don't like this. I have used it maybe 2 or 3 times. I hate the smell of it. I can't get past the smell of it, so that's probably the main reason why I haven't used it. It smells like, oh, I know what it smells like. So near my parents' house, they had non-bearing peach trees that when they bloomed in the spring, it smelled like a combination of like fish and like a woman's like menstrual cycle, which is just kind of like the nastiest smell in the world if you've ever smelled that before. It's just kind of really like fishy and foul smelling, so I don't like that. And I mean, spraying it on my face, no, I don't want to do that. And then it also, I don't know, maybe I'm the only person in the world that just isn't up on like using a makeup setting spray. So yeah, if you thought this worked for you and you got past the smell, then awesome. But me, I can't get past it. So I don't know if I'll use it. Maybe, we'll see. The next thing I have is the mineral infused face primer, which looks like this. I think this was like $5. I think their mineral line is $5. It's clear. There's only one kind. It comes out in a little pump. You get a ½ ounce, which it's not bad for like $5, but most face primers come with like 1 entire ounce. So it's kind of tricky when you look at it. You think you're getting a lot, but it's only really the white tubing in there. So it's a little like false advertising kind of. It's a silicone based primer. It's clear. It I liked it and I didn't like it. I liked the fact that it did help my makeup stay on longer, I noticed. But it made me incredibly oily a lot quicker than I normally would be, so I don't really care to use it. If I was going to have an extremely short day where I would be wearing my makeup like 3 or 4 hours, I could see maybe using it. But if I'm going for like a longer day, 8 hours, I'm not really trying to blot my face like every hour. That's just not practical at all. So if you don't have oily skin, if you have normal to dry skin, I would say this will work really well for you. Plus, I mean, at $5, it's a nice catch. It's not that bad for like a half an ounce. So yeah, but if you have oily skin, I would stay away from that. The next things that I'll talk about are the brushes. So I've tried several brushes from the dollar line, and most of the ones that I have are from the studio line. The ones I have from the dollar line are the blending eye brush, which is like a dome crease brush, and then the defining eye brush, which is like an angled blending brush. I love the dome crease brush, the blending eye brush. I love this. You could probably use it to pack on color on the lid, but I mainly use it to blend out crease colors or apply a crease color because it's really tapered. You can apply it like perfectly if you have, you know, a lot of lid space. But it's really good at blending. They're only $1, so it wouldn't hurt to try one. The defining eye brush, however, I don't care for. It's not really dense enough to really blend anything out. So you could probably use it for like applying a highlight color, or maybe a lid color. I don't really know what else, but it's kind of too flimsy to blend anything. Like, you have to apply too much pressure to blend it, and then, I mean, there's no need to be pressing that hard on your eye. So I wouldn't recommend that one. Moving on to the studio brushes, I have the stipple brush, which I don't use for foundation. I actually just use this for like blending out a cream bronzer that I use as a highlight or bronzer, and then any highlight colors that I have. I use it for that, to sweep away fallout from underneath my eye. Pretty much that, but I mean, you could use it for pretty much anything, like liquid foundation, cream cheek colors. Let's see, you could use it to apply your bronzer because it's going to pick up a lot less product, and you could use it to apply your face powder, pretty much everything. So I like that. It's really soft, and it's smaller than like your average stipple brush. So if you have a smaller face or you're working with a smaller area, then it's perfect for that. The next brush I have is the complexion brush, which is like a flat fluffy face brush. I mainly use this if I want to use a blush color that kind of doubles as like a contour and a blush, or a highlight and a blush. I use this for that because I can cover more. Like, if I want to use my blush as like a contour blush, I can cover more area this way, you know, or apply it higher and cover more that way. You can use it for your face powder because it's going to pick up, it's not incredibly dense, so it's going to pick up less powder so you don't get a cakey look. You can use it for bronzer. I've used it for that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I like that. And these are all $3? $3. The next one I have is the blush brush, which is perfect for blush. You can use it for bronzer. It'd probably be really good for contour because it is rather tiny and it's pretty flat also this way. But I like it for blush because it fits perfectly like on the apples, and it blends really well. It picks up an amazing amount of product to be so little. So I really like that. The powder brush, which is a flat top brush that I love. I use it for liquid foundation, and it's very dense. It does not shed. Let's see, it makes blending my makeup extremely easy and really fast, so that it doesn't take forever and a day to put on my foundation. Okay, so I really like these. I probably should pick up another one because you can see it's dirty, and I probably don't. I mean, I don't wash it as often as I should. But anyway, the next face brush I have is I think it's just a kabuki brush. So it's like that. It's kind of not really flat, but it's not extremely domed, but it's huge. and really, really dense. And it's great for setting my makeup. So that's what I use to set it. It buffs well, but it's also not so dense that it picks up so much product that it becomes cakey. So I just like this, and it's really, really soft. And that goes like everywhere with me for touch-ups. And then the two eye brushes that I have from the Studio line, the first one is the contour brush, which is kind of like a fluffier dome brush. It's a little bit fluffier than the one from the regular line that I showed you, but I really like this one for blending out crease colors, applying crease colors also. It works well for both of those. And then the other brush that I have is the small angle brush, which is a small angle brush. Perfect for applying any type of liner on the top, or if you want to apply color on the bottom. I will say though, the one thing that that I don't really care for is the length. You would think, I don't know, I always thought that I wanted like longer handle brushes than like shorter handles. But if I'm trying to apply like my gel eyeliner and I'm trying to get really, really close, like if I put this mirror here and I want to get really, really close, like it has a tendency to hit the mirror, and then I can only get so close, if that makes sense. So sometimes it gets in the way of that, which is a little bit of a bummer. But anywho, moving on to actual makeup products, I'll start with the eyes first. So I have the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner, and this is in coffee, which is a brown. So it's not a felt tip, and it's not a brush. It's kind of like plasticky, but it's really pointy on the end. I don't like this very much. Because it's like a plastic applicator, it's kind of hard and like hard to the touch, and then hard to maneuver across my eye. Also because it doesn't really allow for much movement. And then the product itself is really, really liquidy, and it takes forever to dry. So once you apply it, you have to keep your eyes down until it dries, or it will definitely transfer. And I don't know, I don't like it at all. I normally set it, if I do use it, I set it with a powder just to make sure it stays, because it will wear off throughout the rest of the day. So yeah, no bueno on that. And then I have, I don't know where the other one is, but I have two of these brightening eye color quads, which are only $1. And this one's like Teal Dream, which is some turquoises and like a taupey color and a cream. And then the other one I have is butternutty, something like that. And it's like browns. So they are pigmented, you know, to be $1. They're fairly pigmented. You can see them like right there. And I've used these like in a couple of tutorials, but what I don't like about them is that you do need a base to make sure that they stay all day. Like if you want to wear them all day, you'll need probably like a colored base just to make sure that it's vibrant and then it lasts. And then too much blending of these will blend away the entire color, and then you just have like mud on your eyes. So I don't care for that. But if you're not wearing your makeup very long, or if you're just beginning, then they're perfect because they are only $1. So yeah, if you're just starting out, I would recommend those, but if not, then I would probably pass on them. But my favorite eyeshadows, I guess, from e.l.f. that I own is the Beauty Book, and this is the Neutral Eye Edition, and I've used this like 20 million times, but it has 12 eyeshadows, and these are all pretty neutral, like purples and some oranges, browns, and then like a lot of like flesh color, cream, browns, beiges, those colors. It also came with an eyeliner, a brown eyeliner, and one of those like sponge tip applicators, and it has a mirror right here and directions on this side if you are a beginner. And I really like this. It was $5, but the pigmentation on these is amazing. They last all day for me with a base, and then they blend well, and they are huge. Like if you look at the size of those for $5, that's a lot. And I can just swatch like a couple, like this purple here, you can see, and this orange is like one of my favorites. They're really, really soft. We'll do the cream color of a highlight. Like, do you see that? That's amazing. Look at that. That's crazy. It only went back like twice. And you don't even need to go back and forth that often. So I really, really love those. Okay, so the next thing that I have is a cream eyeshadow, and this is in the color Pewter, which is just like a silver brown taupe metallic-y color. I really like this. I've tried it on my lids and it doesn't crease. So I like that a lot. So you won't need a primer for it unless you just want to do one by habit. But that's the color right there. So it's pretty pigmented. It's really soft, easy to blend. It seems like it might be, I am worried that it might be drying out. I don't know. I can't really tell. So if it does dry out, then that's stinky, but it was only, what, $5? And I got it during the 50% off sale. So not bad. So these are great bases for color eyeshadows if you want to do a smoky eye. If you want to just put this on the lid and blend out the edges and then bounce, that's perfectly fine too. So I really like those. I mean, the packaging is a little bulky, but not so bad. Yeah. Whew. Whew. Yeah. Okay, and then next here I have the Complete Coverage Concealer Quad, and this is in medium. I don't like this at all. It comes with a little bitty brush that's like synthetic, I guess for applying it, a little mirror. 4 different colors. I don't like them at all. They're not very pigmented, so I'm in here digging for gold once again, and there's barely any color on my finger. If you can, I don't even know if you can see that. Yeah, like all that, and then there's like barely anything up there. It caked extremely bad under my eyes, and I mean, I always get a little bit of creasing under my eyes because I have fine lines, but here it was disgusting. And then it was extremely oily when I used it to like spot conceal. I don't like it at all. So I don't recommend that unless you don't need very much coverage and you don't have oily skin, then maybe it will work for you. Okay, and then the next thing I have is the Complexion Perfection Quad, which has a mirror, and I have abused it to death. So it had like green, obviously yellow, well, green and yellow, and then it was like pink and brown over here. You swirl your brush in, it's supposed to even out your complexion. I actually used it to set my makeup and then like touch-ups because it had this big mirror, and then I mean it was only $3, so if it broke or I lost it, it was okay. But it really did like even up my but it really did even out my complexion. I mean, after I had on my makeup, I don't have so great a skin that I could just use this by itself. But if you do, that's awesome, because I really like it. I mean, it's transparent, so you know, it's just like white, but when you put it on, there's nothing there. So I really like this, and I might pick up another one too, but I mean, there's so many things I want to try, who knows. And then the last face products I have are blushes. So I have one from the regular line, and this is a Natural Radiance Blush in Flushed, which is like a raspberry color. I really like it. I mean, it took me forever and a day to learn how to open it, so I hate that. But it's extremely compact and easy to travel with. The color is really pretty. It's pretty soft. You can see it there. Fairly pigmented. I mean, for what, $1? Maybe, yeah, like $1. And it blended well. So I really like those. And then the next blushes that I have are from the Studio line. So I have Gotta Glow, which is supposed to be a dupe for NARS's Albatross highlighting blush. It was just like a gold. I don't know if you can see it there. And then I have Tickled Pink, which I'm sure this is a dupe for like some matte blush, like, I don't know, Pink Swoon or something. This one is incredibly soft and velvety. It's down there, yeah. And then my favorite, which is Blushing Rose, which is like a darker rose color here. I don't know what kind of swatches I'm doing. They are all over the place. That's it on right here. So I like these blushes. They are very pigmented. The packaging is cute. It's small and compact. They're only $3. They blend extremely well, and they do last long. The only one that I don't really care for is the Tickled Pink, just because it's not suitable for mid to deeper skin tones. It's going to come out really ashy. If you see it there, I mean, it's like ashy already. So Yeah, that's it right there. So maybe as a highlighter, if you are deeper than me, but I don't know, you probably have to layer a darker blush over top of it so that you don't look like a ghost. Okay. All right, and the last things I want to talk about really quickly are just lip glosses. I don't own any lip products, like any lipsticks from e.l.f. But I do have a couple of the lip glosses. The first ones here are the super glossy lip shines. I have 3 of these. These are okay. They're only $1, so if you're not very picky about your gloss, then go ahead and pick some up. But they are extremely sticky, and they don't provide much color. They're kind of all like just a nude color, really. And they kind of settle in the fine lines in my lips. So yeah, if you don't have fine lines and you're not picky about sticky gloss, or you just want something you can throw on without a mirror, then those would be a perfect option for you. And then the other gloss that I have is the Hyper Shine gloss. And I had 2 others of these. I got them in like a pack. And there was like a pink and like a nudie kind of color. And this is, I guess, like a strawberry type color. And they twist up. I really like them. They have a brush applicator. And these aren't sticky. Not very much pigmentation on these either. They're kind of like a sheer wash of color. Like this would have like a strawberry kind of like tint to it, but not really much opacity. But I mean, they're only what, $1 also, so they're not that bad. Just throw in your purse just to have something in case you forget to put any type of gloss in your bag with you. Okay, so that is everything that I have, which is a lot, but not a lot if you compare it to everything that they offer. So yeah, I hope you were able to get a better idea of some things, maybe a couple of recommendations for some things that you want to pick up in the future. If you have any products that I didn't list below that you think are awesome that I need to try, then just let me know. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe as always. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.